Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum everyone to our 16th podcast, the 16th podcast of the Pseudocast, where we talk about the things that are going on in the world and we speak in English so that we can cope with yours and ours English improvement journey. So, today is the first podcast of 2024, I think, right? Yeah, so I'm really
Yes,
excited to start off the year, and I'd love if Kazifahim would like summarize what we're going to be talking about. Kazifahim.
yeah. So thank you, Johan. Again, this is the new year and our first podcast, and I'm also really excited about this one. So, regarding the first podcast, and although it's the first week, we have a lot of incidents going on right in the first week, and some of them are actually very horrible. And so we have six topics for this week. So the first one is the Japan earthquake, and there was an airplane catastrophe in Japan also, I think. The second one is the sound pollution, and a lot of birds were dead caused by the New Year celebration on 31st night. That is a topic. The third one will be X, aka Twitter, value falls down 71% since Elon Musk purchased Twitter. And the fifth one is the Benapole Express train caught fire in Dhaka. And the sixth one is Samsung Galaxy Unpacked officially in 17 January. So these are all the topics. I think we'll be starting with the Benapole Express train caught fire in Dhaka. I would like if you brief all of the incidents that happened with it.
Okay, so the Benapole Express fire incident it took place prior to the prior to the date, like the very next day there was Hortal and the other things by the opposition uh, political party, right? And two women, one children died, including two women and one children died, and total there were four people dead. So this is like total nine people died after 28th October, the day like the oppositions came and declared their hortals and all that. Nine people have been dead already, and the train was set from Jessore in 1:30 in the noon, Jessore Benapole, and it was supposed to reach Dhaka at 8:45, and it was 25 minutes late. Right, it was about to enter Dhaka when it was in around Saidabad. The train caught fire and people noticed it.
I mean, was it an Indian train or is it Bangladeshi train?
I think it's. I don't really know that like if it was Indian or Bangladeshi. It was set from it was set from Jashore to Dhaka, and it caught fire in 8:55, and people started to notice in the train and outside the train, and they like raised their voice for the train to stop. And
I as far as I know, is that Bangladesh doesn't manufacture any trains. So most probably
most probably it was from, yes,
it was made in India. So if there are some technical problems like in the manufacture process of the train, I don't think it's problem of Bangladesh. I believe. I think. By the why
well,
did it happen? By the
it
way?
it happened because of like everyone is talking about someone uh, uh someone came and lit that fire, right? And there is who Lieutenant Colonel Tajul Islam. He is the director of fire department. According to him, there are two possibilities. Like if it could be someone else who lit that fire, or it could have been a short circuit. So that's it. But most probably someone else. It was a human endeavor. It was a human act, not something incidental, right? So right, it was around Saidabad. The train caught fire and people rushed to stop it, and it stopped around Gopibag. So that's why everyone is talking about the fire in Gopibag of the train. So yeah, four people died in that train, and around nine. Hello, Kazifahim. Hello. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
sorry,
okay.
Johan. I mean,
Around,
my network disrupted a little bit.
yes. So around 9:05, the fire department like got the news, and it rushed and tried to take over the fire, and the fire was stopped in 10:20. Eight departments of the fire department was there, and the government probably thought something of like this could have happened, so they have issued the fire department, like they did not issue the fire department rest, so the fire department was still active within the Nirbachoni thing. So there was a possibility of something like this could have been happening, and I have also heard the opposition was speaking before this incident that this could have happened. So these incidents in a political way, this is incidents was like predestined, something of predestined. Like the political party is speaking that they're saying that the opposition did it, and the opposition is saying that the political the ruling party did it. So
So I
all of
mean,
them,
the evidence aren't clear.
no, the evidence aren't clear who did it, but it was done, right? So according to DB, Dhaka, so according to DB Dhaka Mahanagar, it was done by someone. It was done by someone to attract what? To attract foreign media, right? And normally the side that are aligned with the government, they are accusing the political party that are not aligned with the government, and also um hmm, and also the DMP with so sorry, and also the DB Lalbagh, they arrested a person from the opposition force, from the Jubo Dal, right? And they arrested one was named what, Muhammad Nobiullah, and seven with him. So they were arrested, and those who say that this was uh, the government's work, right? Those who say that this was the government's work, they say that it was so precise. Every fire that was lit around Dhaka, there were five fire incidences around Dhaka regarding this time we're in. So there were five fire incidences, and there were some incidents of train lines being cut off, right? To normally like disrupt the flow of the country. So these incidences, according to the opposition parties, these incidences are set by the government according to the opposition forces.
I mean, I mean, my take here is that in this election, the opposition party is, I don't think they're playing a huge role. Neither they have that much impact. So again, to set cause a fire, and I mean, this kind of fire which has killed people, it kind of feels like a little bit wonky that they will do that. I mean, from a logical perspective, to me at least.
Mm.
But
So
there is sense.
it
There,
is,
there is always sense.
Bangladeshi politics is normally the politics of killing people. This is what
Yes, yes.
has been happening since the like since the dawn of Bangladesh, right? Since the very time Bangladesh began. This is the whole politics system of Bangladesh is killing people, killing innocent people, and one party kills people and then blames the other party. This is like the basic Bangladeshi politics, and we normally see the four people being dead as four people, as four figures, where there are stories behind these people. They are uh, they have relatives, they have loved ones, and these are all these things, they're like pushed back, and only the number is present. This is so heinous. Such kind of policy is so heinous, and those who are accusing there is something to be mentioned. Those who are accusing the government party of doing such things, and then blaming BNP, blaming the main opposition force, BNP. They are saying that the fire, according to Prothomalo, the fire spread within 30 seconds. It was not according to Prothomalo. I think someone said it. Someone who like an eyewitness said the fire spread in around 30 seconds. I don't quite remember, but it was published in Prothomalo. So the fire spread in 30 seconds, and it was spread rapidly. Normally, a fire in the train does not spread that fast. So there were different what prohabox there to make the fire spread,
Catalysts. Yeah.
different catalysts there to make the fire spread. And they're saying that this could have been done by gunpowder, or I saw another person claim it was done by acetone, right? Yes, acetone. So acetone, a huge amount of acetone was missing prior to this event. So this, hello, can you hear me? Hello, Fahim. Yes,
Yes,
Fahim.
I'm really sorry, John. I think you can continue because um I'm in village, so the
It's, it's,
network will disrupt in this video. I mean,
it's
that's
not,
gonna
not
happen.
not not that big deal. So, according to them, a huge amount of acetone was like stolen, supposedly, and so this could have been done with acetone. And if there is a gas like acetone or other substances, then the fire spreads really rapidly because it is gaseous, right? So, and if it was even there, people would not have even noticed.
So it's
Because,
kind of
and
like, I
also
mean,
there is
whoever did
another
it.
thing. Hey, fine, there's another thing. The fire, I think the main coach that was affected was the AC coach, coach Chaw, as far as I remember. And for the AC coaches, normally the windows are shut, right? So a fire with gaseous substance is quite easy to pull off, right? Because gases are not gonna spread away from the train. So it could have been done with that. So all these things combined, the main thing here to take is people are dying. It doesn't matter who comes to the power really, because no party is like no party is like Shadhu, right? So it doesn't matter that much which party is coming to power. But what matters most is people are dying. And such
Yeah.
deaths, and these uh, I don't believe that these political affiliated groups, they care about people and they care about their lives, because
Yes,
more or less this is a political event, right? One party is blaming another and another party is blaming another. We can safely
yes,
say that
and
this is a
that's
political event.
actually my part. Yeah, I mean that's actually my
It could
part.
have,
Like
I'm not
when
claiming
we
it's a
will
political event.
see politicians talk about these topics, then I believe if that is a 30 minutes talk, there will be 2 minutes about, like 9 people are killed and some sympathy and all of this, and 28 minutes, the other 28 minutes will only about who did it, why did it, and all of these things. It's it's almost like, like they only care about the other parties and what they did. Like you'll barely find some sympathetic words, uh talking for a long period of time on those conversations. So it's really annoying. And again, it doesn't matter who did it. It's the thing has been done. And the way you told the story, it was almost, I mean, if it is a human act, then it's almost like they know that people will be killed. It wasn't done to disrupt the train line system and do a peace,
Hmm. No.
like doing a hartal in a peace way or something like that. It was almost done like, yes, there will be people killed in this operation. So that's the point.
And the other thing is, if we want to solve these kind of issues, solve these things from happening, is we need free, like free institutions. We need institutions that will be freed from any political influence, and that will be set, like, according to democracy, the police, the media, everything should have been, the fire department, the what, the secret services, all of that, right? They should operate on their own and should do things on their own. So this thing should be ensured, right? This freedom should be ensured. And there is also another thing to ask. If these types of atrocities towards human lives are to come forth due to the democracy we have. So is it the democracy we really want? Is this the democracy we are fighting for that kills people?
Yes, and it looks like the parties they just don't care about people. They just care about themselves, and you know
They say,
that's at
all
least
of
that's
them,
what I see.
all of them says that we care about people. To what extent?
When do they say that? I mean, have you heard all of this? I mean, the lectures they give on right now. I mean, these types of contents that will care about people, will talk about people. That part has also been shortened and squeezed down. Now it's all about what the other party is doing, what is their faults, what they have done in the past, maybe in 100 years before what they have done. That's the major talk in their lectures. So it's almost like they've forgotten, even in their lectures, and it's ridiculous to live in such system.
And there is another thing I'd love to mention, that the fire incidences that took place during this political period, uh, most of them were centered around Dhaka, if not all of them, right? It is as if we are trying to show the world something. From the position of the ruling party, the opposition party is trying to show the world that this is happening in Bangladesh and this is not. And from the perspective of the opposition party, the ruling party is doing all of this so that they can frame and blame the opposition party and then use violence against them. So, midst of everything, the main act is happening. This is the problem, right? People are
Yes.
dying. So I think we've talked about the issue and what happened there. I think we
Yeah,
can move.
I think that was a great brief, and I believe it's my turn, and I'll be going with the
Oh,
Twitter X thing.
okay.
Yeah,
There's another thing I'd love to mention is, we have seen a person hanging from the window. Like I'm saying this to like visualize the thing that happened actually. We've seen a person hanging from the window, and the windshield of that window was like covering him, so he was not able to get out. People tried their best, but when fire spread, it was so hot around that area, so like warm around that area, people could not get close even to pull him.
yeah,
And
it's just it's
he
very
was also
pathetic.
he was also saying that my wife and children are inside and they are being burned. These are the stories that we normally don't care about. We know this story because it came to media. But what about other stories of other people dying that did not come to media?
Yes,
Okay, I think
yeah, that's just it. That's the like the sad part of our society right now, that and people right now will be just like watch this and
people will
in their
forget.
Facebook for just 2 or 5 minutes, and then there will be a World Cup or something like that, and all
Yeah.
people will just go crazy and forget
Yeah.
all of this.
There
Like,
will be a
this doesn't even
concert, a
matter.
World Cup, or
There will be a
football
concert or
match.
whatever that
People
is,
don't care.
and no one cares. No one even tracks these records anymore. So that's just a bitter truth of our generation right now. So yeah, I think I'll be going with the Twitter X dilemma, whatever you want to say that thing.
Yeah.
So Twitter, aka X, right now is the value of it has fallen 71% since Elon Musk has purchased it. Elon Musk purchased it in October
One
2022. We
percent.
all know that, and Elon purchased it with $44 billion, right? And right now, its value, according to a mutual fund investment, which is called Fidelity, which has share with Twitter, I mean X. So now the value of X is $12.5 billion. That that's a lot
Huge
less,
drop.
right? Like from 44 to 12, that's even less than half, right? I mean, if a company like Twitter
Like
is is at
Four times
12.5
lower.
billion dollar. It's, yeah, four times lower. So it's almost like it's going to a part of extinction. If this trend continues, it's going to kind of like an extinction. So I mean, of course, the big question here is that, well, why did it happen, right? So there are multiple reasons. So the first one and the major one is that the shortage of advertisers. Of course, we have talked about this in our last podcast, maybe the 14th and 15th one, and we have talked this for a long period of
Several
time.
times.
But again, this is coming because this action has created its influence right now on Twitter. So we all know that the main event that happened with the shortage of advertisers, it that many of the big companies, I'm going to include some of the names, it as Apple, Comcast, Disney, Warner Bros, Discovery, IBM, Paramount, and also some government like European Commission stopped, had stopped. Hey Sunny, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. What about you?
Yeah, we are in the middle of something. So okay, I'm gonna continue.
Carry on, carry on.
So these companies, they stopped advertising in Twitter because they said that Elon was letting some hate speech going on against the Jewish. That anti-Semitic speech was going against the Jewish on Twitter, and all other platform banned it, and Elon didn't. But then Elon denied this thing and said that this was the actual truth. And then, I mean, after Elon's statement, they all banned Twitter from advertising themselves. You know, so that was the first case, and then again, Elon, after some day, Elon went to a trip to Israel, and the advertisers kind of thought that, well, maybe it was an apologetic tour from Elon, uh,
It was
to,
not.
to show them that Elon cares about Israel, and maybe he will turn X to also stop those hate speech, or whatever you say, hate speech. So, and then Elon came to a news conference and again said that, well, this wasn't an apologetic tour, and fiercely said to go F themselves. That was a bad word, of course. I'm not gonna say that. So, and then the companies, they're like that. They're not anymore advertising in Twitter, and of course Twitter and all of these social media platforms, they are very competitive.
Oh, Kasify. Okay, so
Maybe Khalid is facing network problems.
uh,
I'm
he's,
Khalid
sorry.
is
I'm
back.
sorry, guys.
he's in village. It's
Maybe
normal.
John, can you guys
Okay,
hear me now right now?
no, no, no. But we can see and hear you. It is digital Bangladesh after all.
No, it's not their problem. If someone is calling on my phone, so it's
Okay.
not their problem. It's okay. By the way, the network is also horrible. You're true. You are partially true. I'm sorry. So I'm I'm gonna continue again. So yeah, the situation is that those big companies, and a lot of companies, I haven't mentioned all of them, they're not advertising in Twitter. And as you know, Twitter is an advertisement model, and it generates most of its income through these advertisements. So that's a huge drop for them. And maybe a lot of people are suspecting that this is the main cause of Twitter's fall. Some of the less like less preferred causes are that Elon Musk has also released previously banned persons that that those are a little bit problematic to the government. That includes former President Donald Trump. He was banned. Right-wing conservative Alex Jones, misogynist Andrew Tate, misogynist again. So yeah, so and the third one is that cutting off almost 50% of previous staff. That also includes CEO of Twitter. So that can also be a problem, because when you are
Satya
just
Nadella.
just reshaping all of the people of Twitter, a company, then it's tough to adapt to the environment again
There
with
is
all of
one
these
thing
new
to be
people
there is
there.
one thing to be mentioned. Twitter is almost Elon Musk centered, right?
Yeah,
And if this trend continues, like if the entire platform is about Elon Musk and about a single person, then this is problematic. It is hard to sustain that model. right? Because a people,
Yes,
a person,
that's a nice
listen,
point
a
you have.
person.
Maybe 50% of content I consume on Twitter is about Elon Musk.
Is either about Elon Musk or from Elon Musk. So
Yes.
the thing is, if a platform is
I
centered
might
around,
say something,
okay,
Johan.
let me
I
finish.
might
Let me
say
finish.
something.
Let me finish.
That
Okay,
50% content is still better than Facebook and Instagram.
absolutely,
I couldn't argue.
absolutely. So okay, but the thing is, if an entire platform is centered around a person is a person. He's gonna make mistakes, and if he makes mistakes, then the whole platform is gonna collapse because the base of the of that platform is a single person. This is not a good model.
Yep. So, Sunny, do you have any take on that? You wanna add something? Any comment?
Maybe Twitter is focused on Elon Musk, but it's not all about Elon Musk. You know, when situation comes, for example, Jeffrey Epstein or Israel Palestine, the whole platform is shifting to that
Issue.
focus point, right?
Yes.
It's not all time. It's not about Elon Musk. Sometimes he, he just give some space to other topics. So I don't think uh, for Elon Musk it will not face any decrease of uses, and it's Elon Musk is too big to fall. So any mistake he make, it's going to be a normal. It's going to be a norm for everyone's life. He's too big, right?
Yeah. So yeah, coming back
I
to
don't.
Salim, it's right now Elon maybe is $251 billion. So I don't think that money is a
That's
problem anymore. But
I think
but the platform
controversy
needs
is
money.
not
The platform needs to
applicable
pay
for
its
of
super
course,
stuffs
rich.
and
of course it is.
bear
Controversy is
expenses.
not applicable for super rich.
There is another thing to
Yes.
say
So
that
uh,
the Twitter falling to for like what 71%, I think, right?
yeah,
The Twitter
fall down
falling for
71% down.
71%. It is a temporary event, I think. The recent things that have been going on in Twitter, it is a temporary event, I think, and it's gonna be solved, inshallah, in the coming future. But this does not indicate a lot well, right, for the company's future.
Okay. So I think I can wrap on all of this right now. So yes, Twitter did fall 71%. That's true, and we understood that advertisers they have power. That's
They
the
do
first
have
thing to
power.
keep in mind. They do have power, and you have to take it seriously. And yeah, maybe Elon could have handled it in a softer way, but the way he was doing all of these things fiercely, I think that was a bad approach.
The
I
thing,
don't think that
the
you
the
can
the
go mad
thing,
like.
oh, okay, the thing Elon, like the thing brought Twitter to this problem, X to this problem. This is not a bad thing. Like Elon is trying to defend human, what freedom of speech, right? This is not a
Yes,
bad thing, but the way
of
you
course.
present it is,
Yeah, that is
can be
that is
problematic.
problematic.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I
Elon
think
Elon did
Elon
look
could have.
cool. Elon did look cool saying that.
Of course, it would look cool. I told you that even Twitter is 50% Elon centered. I still believe it's better than all of those meta social media platforms. I still believe that because
They are
he puts on
rigged.
something that's really going on, happening, that's important. Yeah, he does post some shitty stuff a lot of the times, but again, he has a lot of things to that really that is really important. And yeah, wrapping up all together again that you know at the end I want X to continue. I don't want a 100% fall of X or that Elon is handing over
The
someone
most
else
important
to.
topic I have ever seen Elon Musk is tweeting about is you should eat before 3 hours. You should sleep before 3 hours. Sorry, no, no,
You
no.
should eat before you sleep.
You should
You should
eat
eat
before. You
before you
should eat
sleep.
3 hours before
Three
you
hours
sleep.
before you sleep. Yep. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's the
So
most important tweet I have ever seen Elon Musk posted.
Okay,
so
I think we
yeah,
can
I mean,
continue to the next topic.
yeah, again, I'm at the end. I want X to continue. I think it's the only free platform, and again, I believe it's the most productive platform that we have,
Hmm.
and it's a great platform. It has its history, it has its aristocracy, all of these things, and I want it to continue. And I'm really looking forward how Elon is going to handle all of this. I mean, I'm really excited about this one. I think this will be a nice topic for 2024. And that's
Okay.
all. I think we can jump on to the next one, Johan. Which one do you wanna continue?
I think if Sunny would continue, that would be better. Like, right?
Okay, so Sunny, you wanna continue something? Any topic?
Uh,
The Japan airline thing. I think it was
Japan
interesting.
Airlines crash. We don't know many. We don't know maybe the full story. We didn't know yet, but the main primary story is when the Japan Airlines is landing on the airport, it crashed with a cargo plane, and just it blown, one of its parts is blown, and after that, uh, within 90 seconds, all of maybe 371 passengers are escaped from the plane. It's a rare case. Most of the cases when plane blown up, we used to see that all of this plane
People just
passengers
get
are killed or
burned out.
something
That's
like
it.
that. But in this case, no one injured, not a single passenger was injured. All of them were escaped the plane within 90 seconds, and it's a industry practice.
No one
When
injured. I mean, no one killed is okay. No one injured.
Yeah, no one massively injured. Maybe someone gets hurt, so maybe someone gets some scratch or something
Yeah,
like
and I
that. No
mean,
one.
not a
uh,
substantial.
Amount.
and the most important thing that the evacuation process within 90 seconds, it's an industry practice. So Japan Airlines just did that in practical, and one of the and another big reason for they were able to do that because of the material of the plane. Old days, the plane was made by the aluminum, and aluminum is very flammable. But now in this era, aluminum mostly built built with maybe
Carbon fiber.
carbon fiber.
I mean,
Carbon
it's
fiber.
hybrid, right? It's a hybrid.
Yeah, and it's not so flammable as like aluminum. That is one of the big reason, and it gave the passengers time to escape. It was burning slowly, and the efficiency of the sorry, Japanese host-
Oh,
air
where are you
hostages.
going to say Israel? Just tell me that. Where where are you going to say Israel? The efficiency of the Israeli crew members of Japan Airlines. Okay, you can continue.
you know uh, it's stuck in my mind while I'm even
The
sleeping.
efficiency of the Japan's airline is that their soldiers being
Yeah.
killed in the thousands. That is their efficiency.
Oh man, just stop drinking tea. I haven't done one yet morning, so
Yeah, aren't you
No,
drunk yet?
I have a mug, and if I drink from it, people are gonna be calling me Illuminati or something. I think like it is eye hospital.
I hospital.
it kind of look like the Nvidia symbol. It's almost like that, right, Sunny?
I Bygone.
Yeah, kind of.
A little bit.
By
When I first saw
kind
it,
of.
I felt like that. It's kind of like Nvidia situation.
Okay, I think Salim should continue. Hmm.
And we all know about the efficiency of Japanese people, and I think they have done a very good job, the air hostages of Japan Airlines, and they saved, in the will of Allah, almost 371 passengers, maybe.
Alhamdulillah.
So it's another
Allah.
Japanese story, and they are
Yeah,
investigating what's actually happened. That's it.
Yeah, I'm really amazed to hear that no one
No
was
one was
injured.
injured.
Like
Yes,
that's
that's
that's really
quite good.
big.
Even if
And
there
I
is,
don't think that
I'm not
any
even
sure, but I'm
country.
I'm
even
at least sure no one was severely injured.
Okay, no one was died.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the
big
point.
news. Airplane got
No one
fire.
no one was died on the Japanese Airlines plane. I don't know about the cargo plane.
Okay, so you know, but still, it's a great. I mean, I don't want to say great because an airplane crashed, but I mean, from the perspective of how efficient Japanese, like airline crews were, it's great. Like no one was injured, and I don't think any country on earth can do that
And another
except Japan.
plane
Bangladesh, yeah.
plane story happened
Oh,
yesterday.
I'm
Alaska
sorry, but I
Airlines
missed this.
One of Alaska Airlines Boeing 737's door was blown away in the middle of the sky. Maybe it was happened yesterday.
Sounds like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, sounds like Mission Impossible.
Okay, I think we can move to the next
After
topic.
yeah,
Yeah, I think we can just stop this one and what next? Johan, sound pollution and birth deaths caused by New Year celebration. I think
Okay, I think we
that
can
can
do
be
that.
topic to talk.
So, as we all know, the 31st night, people are gonna just cheer and we New Year and this and that, and people will
What did you do,
fire.
by the way, Johan? Just a quick
I
question. What did you
It
do?
was a
Slept?
great night for me. I had a great sleep. Like, I there was problem for me to sleep. It was almost 1 1 a.m. In the night, and like there were firecrackers and all that sound, and I
Yeah,
had
and
problems in
about
sleeping.
this topic, I might go it personally because I was also personally affected. My sleep broke at 1, and I mean at 12, and yeah, it really felt bad. So I'm also a victim. Now you can continue.
Go and file a case. Okay, so we all knew that firecrackers would be there, and this and that, but and people also like what they like fly fanushes. Like there is they light up a fanush, and then that they fly that into the sky.
Now
And
the balloons.
there's a lot of things going on.
whenever there is an incident in Bangladesh where people are flying fanushes, there is commonly fire around, like, right? So there this an incident happened in Puran Dhaka, Nazira Bazar. While lighting up a fanush, fire spread around that area, and fire departments had to come. 3 units of fire departments, especially. This time, fire department came quite early compared to the Benapole Express, where fire department were 1 hour late. This is bad. So, okay, and then there is another incident in Kamrangir Chor. While lighting up what fires, a child had a child was burnt, and then he was taken to the hospital, and 95% of him was burned. So that's a very bad news. And while trying to save him, his paternal uncle, he was also burned with that fire, and his brother, I think, was burned. And there is another. This is all about the fanush and fire things. I think almost all. There were there were several incidents of fire, maybe that didn't make the news, I think. And there's also the issue of sound pollution. In sound pollution, 50 decibels of sound is not that not that unacceptable. If it's quite around 50%, 50 decibels, then it's considered okay. But normally the sound reaches to 70 decibels, which is very problematic and very painful. And a study done by the Biomondolio Dushan Odhyan Kendro CAPS. There was a
Can you
study
pronounce that again, please? Can you pronounce
by
that?
বায়ুমণ্ডলীয় দূষণ অধ্যয়ন কেন্দ্র CAPS. So
That's the right name I gotta say.
it's a good
The
name.
best pronunciation.
So then a 6-year study finds that 93% increase is seen in sound pollution around 31st night. So there is a
So
90.
What
3%
decibel does that
increase,
make? What decibel does that
around
make?
70 decibels, around 70
Around
decibels.
20.
That's like very ridiculous. And there were instructions. We all know that there will be firecrackers and that this and that parties, and there were boundaries set by the DMP, Dhaka Metropolitan Police. They banned
Which we all
firecrackers.
know that those will never be, you
Yes,
know, accepted.
there were
Yes,
boundaries, and boundaries were crossed, and no one cared. This is the problem.
yes,
And
we all know that.
there's another issue of birds. We've seen birds and different animals
I mean,
being really
yeah, the
affected.
bird issue. Did that happen in Bangladesh?
I don't think that happened in Bangladesh. The normal pictures that are around that happened in Bangladesh, there is no doubt about that. Birds were dead, and there were dead birds around Bangladesh. But the images that normally surface the internet, like you
Massive
see,
amount of birds were
yes, yes,
dead. Yeah.
the images that normally surface is of Rome, is of a city of Rome, and this also happened because of I think fireworks or something, and
Yes. No, it
this is
happened
very
because
bad.
of fire, but I don't think that happened in Bangladesh.
But birds died in Bangladesh, and there are some images of birds in Bangladesh, I think, as far as
Hmm.
I can tell. The thing is, Rome, the countries of the West and the countries that are that are economically stable, they have their time to think about these things. We don't have that time to think about these things in Bangladesh.
What about environmentalists?
There are very
Did they join
few.
the party or not?
They joined the maybe they joined the party and then cried afterwards. I don't know. A party is a party for them, for them. I don't know about them. What?
Okay.
The thing about the birds, and not only the birds, every animal. Once I was a child, and at that time I used to do this stuff on Eid time, and there were cows and like chagols around that, and when I lit up a what potka, the cow went crazy. So this
Uh,
that stupid story was to tell that these things affect every animal in the world. So birds up to 10 kilometers can be affected. Up to 10 kilometers can be affected.
10 kilometers?
Yes, because like they are very sensitive to these things, as far as I know. They're very sensitive to these things, and they are normally what happens is when there are fireworks and these like weird and tremendous noises, they get scared and they like fly off. They crush onto each other, crush onto windows, crush into trees, and then they fall. So this is
So
very
okay, I
normal if
think
there
we
is
have I
noise
think we
pollution.
have elaborated the situation a lot,
I think.
and yes, that was a nice brief. But what do you think is the solution? I mean, not everyone will sleep like us. Not everyone would sleep before parties.
Yeah.
So
There's
what do you
also
think? The solution?
okay. There's also another thing to be mentioned that we have sick people, we have old people, we have pregnant ladies, we have children. They
And
are
this should be a common sense. I mean, this should be a common sense
yes.
that there are sick peoples and they. I mean, where I was in Forikpur in that night, and I had a sick, an old lady in other room, and she was frustrated with these effects, like she couldn't sleep, and there's all these noises,
Also,
and
huge noises can also cause like heart attacks in people that are very weak, right? So people are
yes.
so sick nowadays for their enjoyment for a few hours that they don't care about other people. They don't care about the sick or old or pregnant ladies.
I mean, there is an argument that like it's just maybe 1 million people is enjoying and well, 100 is suffering. So who cares about 100?
Who cares
It's
about
kind
the
of this argument.
who cares about the million people's enjoyment? One side we have enjoyment, and the other side we have huge problem in the world, in the animal spectrum, in the environment, and in also people. So I think this side is way heavier from like enjoyment. Really, what kind of enjoyment is that?
Yeah, John. I I get your point. From my perspective, it's also that what kind of enjoyment is that. But yes, as the trend has continued, of course, I don't think that we can pull it off. Like, well, from
Oh,
next year
it's
there
it's
won't be
not
anything.
it's
But
not a machine that
I
we can
think that
unplug.
yes, but I think there is a way to balance these things. I think there can be rules,
I think
like you cannot.
there are
Uh,
rules. There are rules. DMP has set like I think 12 rules or something like that. There are rules, but people don't follow it. It is the problem of the people.
And firecrackers are illegal, mostly illegal in all over
And
Bangladesh.
also there is a problem in the system that when someone is lighting up a firecracker, you should take action, as that is an illegal thing to do, right? I don't mean like
And there are
put them in
laws.
jail.
There are laws, and you can give them penalty for using fireworks.
Give them
yes,
penalties.
I think
Give them.
the enjoyment part from their perspective, I have no connection with these things again. But from their perspective, I mean, when I used to be a kid, I saw these things, and there are just like little bit of picnic, a lot of people gathering together and gossiping, and just like cooking a bit and dining after that. I think if they even put it in that small range, not firecrackers, I think this thing has gone too crazy right now. We need firecrackers, we need this high speakers and all of this, and we need to put the song for the whole night. We need to do concerts and all of this. I think they have
This
taken it to a very high, I mean, high borderline. Like they have got to the margin of borderlines. I think we have to minimize that again. I mean, of course, we can leave it right now for them at least. So I think we should minimize this thing. At least we should try to minimize thing and try to put people understand. Just keep it simple. Okay, you can just go
no,
with a
I
bunch
think
of friends, talk
I
with each
think
other. I think
I
that should be
think
all.
I think the rules that are set by the government should be followed. But
Yes, that's also correct.
if people would leave the whole arrangement completely, then it is far better. Just leave the thing. It's just a night to me where I just want to sleep and be productive the next day.
You know what I did
What's
when
what's
when there is a
what's so crazy about a new year being started? You're not gonna follow your routine anyways. So what's so crazy about it?
yeah. I mean, that's what I did
Just
in the
be
in the in the 2024 night. I just like thought myself that what I did. Uh, I mean, what I did bad in 2023.
and then
What are the
recover from
mistakes that
it.
I did in 2023? And I learned all of those mistakes, and I, prepared myself that I'm not going to do that in 2024. And I think that, I mean, these kinds of things should be the practicing things that people do that's gonna better for their lives than our lives, for society and all of humanity. And I think that that will be a better practice. But who's gonna listen anyways? So I
Okay,
think
so
we
I
can
think
jump
we
on the
can
next one.
jump
Next
to the
one.
next topic.
Yeah. So should I start with that
Yeah,
Samsung
go
Galaxy Unpacked?
go and start with it. I think we should make this the
Yeah. So
last topic today.
yeah, we can do that. I think we have talked for a lot. It's almost like an hour. So the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event is right in front of us, 17th January. It's nice to see Samsung always like booming the new year with a event. I mean, they're in the phone industry, which is currently the most popular device worldwide. Uh, Samsung is one of the like major names up there after Apple. I don't know. I should not even say after Apple. I mean, someone keeps them before Apple. I mean, these are the main rivals: Pixel, Apple, and Samsung. So again, this year January, Samsung will unveil its latest flagship phones, S24 Ultra, S24 Plus, and S24 in 17th January. That's been confirmed from Samsung's official YouTube channel. So again, what to expect in this event? So the first and the most surprising, and I think will be the most captivating thing of this Unpacked event is the introducement of Galaxy AI. Samsung has been working on their own AI, which was called Gauss. I don't know why they named it like that. It sounds
Goals.
horrible. But Yeah, but now it's gonna unveil, and it's named Galaxy AI. And this is the main event actually. Even in their trailer, they just this was the main showcase, the main point of their trailer. So Galaxy AI is gonna be the topic for Samsung this year. Then again we come to the rumors. So first of all, I think there will be no major change in the design. It will look
As usual.
exactly, yeah, as usual, like the before S23, which looks exactly like S22, and which look exactly like
Just
S21.
just another
Yes. So, but there are some, small tweaky design changes. First of all, this is a rumor. I'm watching this for that there can be a full flat display. If you know that Samsung always make curved displays, so maybe this time we won't see any. There can be a full flat display on the S24 Ultra. Then it might have a titanium chassis like the iPhone
Okay.
15. So that's another. So titanium is mainly, it's not for durability, it's for to make the phone lighter. These phones are big, almost like 6.7 inch or 6.8 inch. So the phone weighs very much. So if you use titanium, it just lessens that weight. And fourthly, it might have a Qualcomm Snapdragon Agent 3 tailored custom chip for Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. That's gonna be insane, like custom built Snapdragon Agent. But it also might come with a Exynos 2400 chipset, which I really do not want, because it always sucked, and I think it will again suck. But okay, we'll come back to the
But
Galaxy AI.
Samsung always release their phones in Bangladesh with Exynos chip.
Uh,
In
Yeah,
this
so
region, they always release with Exynos chips, not the Snapdragon version.
I mean, what was S23 also with Exynos?
S23, no, there was no Exynos version on S23, as far
Yeah,
as I
so
remember.
it's gonna really hurt me if they bring back Exynos. I mean, they have promised for over like 10 years, maybe 6 to 10 years, like they will improve Exynos and it's gonna do that and do that, and that never happened. So I really do not want Exynos back again. So that's it. But for the Galaxy I have a lot of expectations. You know, it can be a best case scenario and a worst case scenario. The worst case scenario will be that they're making the Galaxy AI like a gimmicky thing, like like they can use it for, well, now you can. I mean, they might have their own image generator like Midjourney or something, and they might, like,
Will be it multimodal?
it's not confirmed yet. Some says it can be multimodal. I
Oh,
don't think that it will be multimodal, because multimodal is a huge thing Google has been working on for like last a couple of years, and right now they have come with, and the video is also fake again. So I don't think that the Galaxy Samsung Galaxy can right now offer you an
multimodal.
AI that will be multimodal.
I think they can easily implement multimodal AI, but
I
the
also
cost
agree.
of multimodal AI is huge. And if they gave it with all the functionality of Samsung user interface, they cannot bear the cost. So they cannot just give it away with with the free version. So it's easy to implement multimodal AI, but it's not cost effective.
Yes, who doesn't want a multimodal AI in his phone? But yeah, I mean, I kept that part for the best case scenario. Like, if it is a multimodal AI, then it's
Then it's
just
gonna be
great.
great. Yes.
Yes, and
Yep.
but if it is like that, like you have your new wallpaper generator, and they will just come up in the event like, well, now you can generate your own wallpapers by just texting on it. So if they're introducing the Galaxy A for these gimmicky things, like some uh, image generator or wallpaper generator, or maybe some software flashes. Of course, it's gonna be a flashy thing in the uh, event show, but after that, after 3 or 4 days, not people are not gonna care of this, and this is gonna just like transcend our like Bixby. But the main thing I want right now uh, is that it can revive Bixby again. It can make a software like ChatGPT voice assistant, and that can really work. Like right
Mhm.
now, if you look at um the Google Assistant, Siri, and all of these assistants over there, they can just reply you on some very subjective sentences. Like if you ask it something with what and when, it can reply. Like if you ask it like, who wrote the book Animal Farm, it's gonna reply finely, like George Orwell. But if you ask it like, why did George Orwell wrote Animal Farm, then
It's gonna
either it
direct you
will go,
to your website.
yeah, either it's going to dive into a website, or it's going to take you to a website. You know, maybe it can read out from the website, but that's not what we want. But in ChatGPT voice assistant, if you have tried it, it can generate its own answers. We all know that, and it can read out that. So I mean, the ChatGPT voice assistant, it almost feels like Jarvis, and I really want that in my phone. I really want that in my home voice assistant, and I think that Galaxy AI, it can take the leap again, and just, it can be the pioneer of this thing, and
Samsung
it
Samsung
kind of
is out. Samsung is out almost from the AI race. Like the main ones that are fighting is Google and OpenAI.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone is coming. Apple is also working. I mean,
They're far
heard the rumor.
behind.
No, Apple. You should never say that Apple is far behind. What Apple does is that it researches for 5 years, and then it will come up with something that's gonna beat
Ah,
everything out. That's what they
yes.
did with the VR headsets. Everyone released VR headsets from past 3 or 4 years. But when Apple released it, that's now when it came to the hype. No one really cared about Meta Quest headsets. No one really cared about Sony's PlayStation VR headsets.
Hmm.
But everyone cares about Vision Pro because they have made
Apple
it the
Apple
change.
Apple normally invests a lot of time, money, and energy
Yes, and
in the
they always
process.
come at the late. They always come at the late and just booms it. So I think, I mean, look, everyone knows that.
Everyone
That
knows
Kazi's
that
network is
Kazi's
stuck
network is.
again.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows that Kazi's network is shit. Okay, so what does everyone know? You stopped from there again.
And again. Oh,
Oh, I love Bangladesh. I think he summed up the whole thing, whole Samsung Galaxy thing well, and now he's
yep.
off.
In shit.
Okay.
Hey
Yes,
guys.
you're live. Nice.
Okay, what did I miss?
Everything.
Everything.
I think you have summed up the whole topic well. Uh, aha. কি রে ভাই? Okay, I would say another thing that okay, Kazi Fahim, I think we can wrap the thing up, wrap the cast up.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is another thing I would love to mention. There's another thing I'd love to mention that the time we're recording this podcast, there is election in Bangladesh.
Yep.
So
Why don't
the
you
thing
guys go to
We-
the
the thing is,
voting station to vote?
how do you know I have the right to vote yet?
You have. You didn't go. Then
Uh,
how did you know you don't
how
have the right
how
to vote?
how do you know I didn't go?
because I think that
You
my vote
never.
has been already given by someone. So,
Yeah,
like,
I
why
will
go and.
not. I will not show you guys my fingers so that you won't tell that if I did the vote or not. Okay, the thing is, I'd love to mention one
Um,
thing. I would love I would
উল্টো
love to
উল্টোটা
mention I would love to mention one thing that there are in this vote there are yet the news have found yet in this vote there are a lot of places that the vote is like going on well, and there are some places that one party is like chucking off another party's members, uh, and we have seen that news in news channel 24. uh, I think news channel 24 is owned by AK Azad, if I'm not
Okay, Azad. See, that's
mistaken.
normal.
if I'm not mistaken. So yes, we've seen problems in some in some kendros, and we've seen
Kendros.
normal
Kendros.
we've seen normal election being taken place in another kendros. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What is kendro in English? Center, center. Yes,
Center.
Center,
center.
center.
Yeah, center.
Stupid.
This is a problem.
Okay,
I
this is the
normally
English learning course, so
no, no, no.
of
This
course
is
there will be mistakes. No problem.
this is the problem. I see the news in Bangla, then I have to speak that in English. If I saw that news in English, then there would have been no problem. I have hard time
Yeah.
translating. So yeah, I think it would be a good news for the next podcast and good
Good news. Okay.
Good
like
news.
some
Okay.
things not good news, like good topic, like things are gonna come up in this
Could be a good news.
things are gonna come
Oh
up in
God.
this
Oh my God.
things are gonna come up in this elections that are gonna shape the country's upcoming days by the will of Allah. So I
Yeah,
think it's
inshallah, we'll talk
very
about that
important.
later. And
Yes,
the
I think it's
first,
very important event for Bangladesh. Yeah, I think we can
yeah,
wrap this
and
interview up.
also,
This not interview, this
yeah,
Yes,
podcast up.
absolutely.
yeah. The first week
Need
was, I think it was full packed with nice events, with important events, and I'm really looking forward to. That's it.
Yes. That being said,
Aman
Subhana.
Nauka.
That being said, Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.